The big one in the Big Ten is the Big Ten East showdown. Number 7 Penn State, number 3 Ohio State. Penn State goes on the road. This feels like that prove it moment for Penn
Yeah.
State. They haven't had quite that level yet. As you mentioned, they played Iowa in the whiteout game. They controlled them. They dominated them. But this is the game of, all right, you want to show that this is a different team. You want to show that this is James Franklin's most talented team. You want to show that you're a title contender. Go to Columbus and win on the road.
Yeah. Well, and I think they're built to play in this game. I think they match up really well with Ohio State. Again, I think the biggest key in this game, I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I think both defenses are playing at a very high level. Ohio State's defense is playing remarkably well, and the thing they're doing a great job of that they struggled with at the end of last year was giving up big plays. They are not allowing big plays. I mean, they're keeping everything in front. They don't have huge sack numbers or takeaway numbers, but they are playing really, really good defense, good team defense. And Penn State, it's a different style. They're way more aggressive, attacking, blitzing, pressure. They've got 2 corners that they trust can play man-to-man all over the place. So Manny Diaz he's very aggressive, but they're both outstanding defenses. So I think this is going to be a very low-scoring game. I think it's going to be determined and decided in the trenches, and who controls the line of scrimmage. Like I mentioned earlier, I've got some concern about Ohio State's offensive line. I think they're fine pass protecting, and Kyle McCord continues to play well and throw for over 300 yards. And they're good pass blockers, although this will be the best challenge they faced in the Penn State pass rush and their edge guys. But they're not running the football very well, and they've got injuries in the running back room. You can't be one-dimensional and beat either one of these teams. Yep. The defenses are too good. You have to have balance throwing it and running it. And I think Penn State maybe is in a little better position right now to be balanced than Ohio State is.
Chop Robinson, Adisa Isaac could have big games, no doubt, for Penn State. The question for me, we've seen Kyle McCord now in some big moments, and he's come through. We go back a couple weeks, of course, to Notre Dame. He has the huge final drive, makes some massive throws on 3rd and 4th down, leads them in for a game-winning touchdown. Against Maryland, they go down early in that game. He doesn't panic. He finds this guy, Marvin Harrison. So McCord's now been in some big moments.
Yep.
We haven't quite seen Drew Aller have to handle those exact type of feeling and energy and all of that on the road, hostile environment in a big game that if you win, you put yourself in a really good position. If you lose, you're really behind the 8 ball now, both in the Big Ten and overall for the college football playoffs. So I'm curious how the youngster handles something like that.
Yeah, he played extremely well against Iowa, probably the best team that they faced, right? And he was patient. He took what the defense gave him. He ended up throwing, I think, 4 touchdown passes in the game, but none of them were big explosive plays. He was very patient, very deliberate. It was a rainy night. He was very consistent. He didn't play as well on the road against Illinois or on the road against Northwestern, quite frankly. And their offense showed inconsistencies at times. This will be the best team that they've played and the most hostile environment that they've played in. So he's going to have to play well, and they are going to have to run the football and again, have balance and not put all the pressure on their young quarterback. But again, I think Penn State, they're built for this game. I think they match up better with Ohio State than maybe they do with Michigan. And so I think it's a situation where they should feel very confident going into Columbus about their ability to win.
Yeah, I do agree with all of that. That, again, is noon on Fox. Both teams 6-0, both teams looking for a statement victory just past the midway point of the season.